Hello, traders. I hope you are well, and I so hope that you also had a great weekend. Since it's Sunday, it's a good day to prepare for the market for the upcoming week. So, let me give you a market forecast for this week, guys. Remember that it's a first week of a first month of a new quarter. So it's best for you to start from a multi-time frame analysis, especially starting from monthly time frame, which in this case is going to show you the overall move. So I'm looking at pound USD here, guys. So as you can see, this is pound USD. So let's go to, in fact, I'm gonna start on a weekly time frame. So what we can see on a weekly time frame is that focusing on the current structure, which is going to be this structure here, what we can say is that price, it has been creating this double top here, and then it went down, and again it created a first touch here, and a second touch, and a third touch here, and a little bit of a sweep that price swept before going to the upside. So since now we understand that, okay, price, it is coming from the third touch of this trend line here. In this case, that is why the market, the pound USD, has been going up for a very long time since September 2022, because of why price gave a first touch here and respected, gave a second touch here and respected, and gave a third touch here. I know some of you might argue that, but price swept that trend line. In this case, it is what is called a liquidity grab. It was grabbing the liquidity here. It was using this liquidity for the price to continue going up. So in this case, hence you can see, if I can zoom out for you guys, is that if we can focus on this candle here, it broke to the downside, and then it closes within the trend line itself, within this trend line. You understand? So meaning that it is a breakback within structure candlestick. It's a candlestick that broke structure, and it closes below or inside the structure. You understand, guys? So since you understand that on a weekly time frame, we are only looking to the high probability trades are going to be buys. But since it's on a weekly time frame, we cannot buy or sell on a weekly time frame. So let me clear this for you guys. Let me clear this for you. I want to clear the structure for you. So what we can see here on a weekly time frame is that after price came here for the third touch, it went up. So I want you to also pay attention on this third touch here. You don't get lost. Remember that this third touch was from this 1, 2, 3. So since you understand that this third touch was from that 1, 2, 3, so I want you to focus now on the current structure, which in this case is going to be this structure here. This is our current structure that we need to pay attention on, because it is going to guide us on what the market is going to do in the upcoming week or months, you understand? So by focusing on this current structure here, I want you to focus here. And by focusing there, we can see that we had this price acting as a what? Supply here, acting as a supply here, respecting that supply, and then it broke that supply and it came back, acted as a demand. In this case, it is acting as a support. So that is why we saw price moving to the upside. So since now price, it is giving us, it has respected what? A demand here, and it went up. Again, we also have another break of structure here, where price broke supply and turned it into a new demand. What you can see is that price was acting as a supply here. It respected the price was acting as a supply here, and then it went down, and then price broke that supply, turning that previous supply into a new demand. As you can see here, I hope you can see this candlestick on a weekly time frame, which is a doji candlestick, guys. So I hope you know a doji candlestick, it's a reversal candle. When you see doji price, it is likely to reverse, especially if you are having a better confluence that price, it might start to reverse. In this case, my confluence for the price to start moving to the upside is because of one, price broke structure. It broke this high here, and then it broke this supply also, turning this supply into what? A new demand. But because of it's on a daily time frame, it's on a weekly time frame, let's go to a daily time frame and see what's not visible on a weekly time frame. So going to a daily time frame, don't get lost, guys. Remember that this level I drew there are for our weekly levels. So in this case, because of I understand that on a weekly time frame, price, it is respecting demand. So in this case, I will clear my analysis that I had on a weekly time frame, because of sometimes you might find that they are big, you understand? So they are big, so I can't have it on my charts because of I need a clean chart, right? So now since we are on a daily time frame, I want us to start from analyzing, because of, remember, we have to analyze so that we can anticipate, we can predict what is going to happen. So bear with me, guys, since I'm analyzing. So what happened here is that price created what? This impulse leg, and it started to move sideways here, and after that it created an impulse. So in this case, was what? A continuation, and then price went up. So since we know that, what we are going to do is that now we're going to use our trend line so that our charts can be clean and and remain simple for us to understand what's the next move, you understand? So here we are having a bull flag there, and then what happened is that after this bull flag, price created what? It's happening everywhere, guys. 1 2 3, price goes up. 1 2 3, price goes down. You understand? Look at here. What happened? Look at here. First touch here, second touch here, third touch here, price went up, and it's on a daily time frame. Imagine you anticipating or getting this price when it's still here. Imagine riding this buy all along, you understand? Once you get to understand that, okay, price is at the third touch on a higher time frame, that's when you go to a smaller time frame to look for entries, and understanding that the overall move, it's what? It's bullish. So trades that are going to be high probable are what? Are buys only, right, guys? So since here we had our first touch here, second touch here, and a third touch here, price went up. And even if we can get to determine how did the price get to this third touch, is that we can see that price got there what? Correctively creating what? A reversal type pattern here. Same thing, if you can see here. It also, in a reversal pattern, it created what? First touch here, second touch here, and a third touch here. Let me zoom for you so that you can see. If you can see here, it created what? First touch here, second touch here, third touch here. The power of third touch, guys. 1, 2, 3. That's when we see the price moving, right? But because of this data was a data that happened long ago. I think it was in March. So, and now we are in July. So we need to focus on the current structure. But before doing that, we need to understand how price was it behaving all along. You understand? So now what we can see is that we're also having price creating this move to the upside and creating a lower low and a lower high. So now we are having a clear trend here to the upside. We are having a first touch here and a second touch here. So in this case, we are having our first touch here and our second touch here and our third touch here. One thing that you need to remember, guys, is that not every trend that you draw, price needs to come and respect that trend. Sometimes price, it might not come to respect that trend. It might start to reverse before it even respect that trend. So you need to pay attention on when the market evolves, you need to also adapt and evolve with the market. And again, we are having also our trend line here. In this case, we had our first touch here, second touch here, and a third touch here, and a fourth touch here. So price was respecting this trend line. Remember, on a weekly time frame, price created a doji, which was a reversal pattern, and on a weekly time frame, price it broke the supply, turning it into a new demand. In this case, price it's at a buy zone. You understand? So we also see that there is also a level here. In this case, there was a previous supply here that price broke and turn it into a new a new demand. In this case, it's our support. So since on a daily time frame we are having our analysis and we see that we are only looking for buys, but if you can look at this pattern that it is creating, it's one of the patterns that it's an ascending type pattern, and when it does create, it's a indication for a reversal. But in this case, remember that we are looking for buys. So in this case, it's an uptrend because of it is creating higher highs and higher lows. So on the daily time frame, we are also looking for buys, which in this case, our daily time frame support our weekly time frame. So let's go to a 1 hour time frame, which is an execution time frame. That's where we get to look for a confirmation for us to enter a trade. So since we now know that in this level, it's a level that we drew on a daily time frame, which in this case, it was indicating that price, when it got there, it sell to the downside. And after price breaking that previous supply level, it is now turning it into a demand level. So that's where we are looking for buys. But we need to identify a reversal pattern. So in this case, I see price creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So in this case, price is moving in a corrective way. So let me take my trend line and identify structure that price is presenting. So now I see that, okay, price was respected my trend line here, and it also respected my trend line here, giving me a second touch. And then let me put another trend line here. So in this case, what I can see is that, okay, price, it has created what? A reversal pattern. In this case, is a continuation pattern, because of, if you can look at this impulse leg here, this impulse leg here, this impulse leg, it's a leg that I can expect the price to create going up like this. So guys, in this case, what you need to do is wait for a break and a retest, and after that start to sell. So in this case, if price will come to the downside and then break this high here, creating a break of structure, you wait for the price to come into the previous supply that it is turned into a new demand, and then that's when you can look for your buys. So in this case, pound USD, I'm looking to buy. However, scenario number 2 is that since this price it has created an ascending type pattern, and this pattern, we know that normally when we see price creating an ascending type pattern, it might be likely to continue going to the downside. However, we are not market makers, and we cannot be certain at what price is going to do. However, it's a game of probability, so I hope you know. So yeah guys, if price will disrespect our analysis, then we'll adapt with the market and see what's the next move we can capitalize from. In this case, I hope you found this analysis useful. Bye guys.